Matt Price here, Price Brothers Incorporated, PBI, out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and Raleigh, North Carolina. CEO here, almost 50-year-old plumbing company, new residential service, renovation, remodels. I'm here in DC this week at our nation's capital with PHCC, which are Plumbing, Heating, Cooling Contractors Association, the oldest trade association here in the United States. Began in 1883, so almost 150 years old. I'm proud to be a member of PHCC on the state and national level. We're here this week for our legislative conference to meet with some of our congressmen and women and their staff and talk about some of the things that are on the front lines for our industry, both in the trades, in our trades, and for business overall, for us, for the health and safety of the public, for the future generations to come behind us. You know, being a 150-year-old organization, others have come and represented for our trades and the greater good for the public as well. So, you know, we're here this week to meet and talk about some things as far as energy and decisions being made to restrict or offer options for what type of energy sources for home appliances, you know, water heaters and furnaces. And we want to see good science behind things. We want to see things tracked well and healthy discussions. And, you know, us being on the front lines as tradesmen and business operators, we can really connect the dots close to the front for these folks here in Washington to get a better idea. So there's not a long relay and distortion of the message. So they've been very welcoming to having us in their offices and shown great interest in the topics that we have. I was here last year, so this is year number 2 for me. And we made an impact last year, and so far we seem to be having some really healthy conversations with the staff at the offices that we've met with so far on the Senate side. We're about to step into the House side for the afternoon, for some meetings there. And again, you know, be part of the change that you want to see in the world. Stand up for, you know, the things like our youth, our workforce development. Are we structuring that in a healthy way so that businesses can operate and train and so that the youth can come in and take over these businesses and help fortify the trade for the next generation as well. You know, there's so much benefit to being strategic and thinking about what you're doing today might not be for you for the immediate now, but, you know, we've got to think about what's coming after us during our tenure and afterward as well. So it's important for me to be here with a great group of people with PHCC, and it's a great experience. Proud to be part of our trade and part of our industry. Energy side of things, there's a few things happening. I'll just pick one that stands out, and to restrict appliances to no longer be able to function off of gas. Us living in, you know, the Carolinas, in North Carolina, we have a hockey team named the Hurricanes, and our basketball team, you know, has had a mascot, Hugo. You know, we get a little snow, we get mostly black ice, you know, so those types of events cause power down or outages for us, our residents, our communities, our businesses. You know, for me, I lived through Hugo and I was here for Helene, you know, in the recent past, and you lose power. If you have that gas-fired water heater, then you can still have a hot shower. You know, if you have that gas stovetop range, then you can continue to cook for your family or sanitize things. You know, that right there alone, I think, you know, would be a big enough disruptor to get the public's attention. And so we don't want to see some additional things that can continue for a law that was created in 1975. We need to update that law. You know, I talk about data a lot. I think we all like to make decisions with the objective and the subjective, but the way that policy is, there's a 6-year look back on appliance regulations and standards, and once it's decided, they have 5 years to comply. So 6 minus 5, you get 1 year basically to collect data to see if what you decided is returning what you thought it would. So, you know, we're looking to extend that to a 10-year look back so that we can get some healthy sets of data to make better decisions, more knowledgeable decisions. You know, the list goes on. There's just a lot that also needs to be tended to with our workforce. And the federal government has done a great job of trying to get money directed, toward the states and down into the levels where it needs to go. And it's a step or so away from making it to the trade contractors that have healthy in-house, robust training programs that could partner with some other resources as well. But we say in our business, earn what you learn, and we truly are paying someone a paycheck for them to, bring back to their household while they're learning within our program. And if the government has the ability to help augment and support the businesses, we're a small to mid-sized business that's operating and training. And if we could have some assistance or partnership, then the 5 that are retiring out and 2 only coming into the skilled trades is going to be a limiting factor for catching up to building all the homes that the generations now need. We're over 1 million units behind on our housing inventory nationally. So if we say we're behind units and we're not working on that workforce pipeline, then you're going to have a restriction of supply, which is meaning homes are going to get even more expensive down the road too. So we're thinking about the end customer, we're thinking about the employees, we're thinking about the business, we're thinking about the trade. It's all interconnected. It's a symbiotic relationship. So we're here to share what we know and make sure that others that are decision makers can think about those considerations as well. If you are, whether you started a plumbing company, run a plumbing company, work for a plumbing company, by the way, HVAC as well, plumbing and HVAC both. If you are in a parallel lane with the industry, if you're a supplier, if you're a manufacturer, if you're a PHCC member, if you're someone who is maybe in the news and media who really wants to learn more and have their ear to the ground and really know more what's going on, then we can all kind of join together, educate each other, but then, many hands make light work. The conversation kind of means more when you have some diversity in the room from where you are in the industry as well. And it's great to have us band together the way that we're doing this week. Sense of pride and accomplishment.
I'm Sweet with Streamline Services, and I'm standing here on Capitol Hill. We're here this week with PHCC. We're here to help talk about some important legislation that is coming down the pike and that we need to get behind and stand. One of those things is workforce development and the WIOA program, and the reenactment of that program. It's important to me because we have the ability with accredited programs in our organizations to develop our teams, to develop our people. So access to be able to help people and get them involved into the trades is a challenge. There are a lot of obstacles, and if we can make that easier for us to get access to some of those resources, then we can do more to help people come into the trades and develop them and train them. So our apprenticeship program it's definitely scaled back at this point because of access to some of the resources that are out there to make things easier for us to have these programs inside the organization.
Yeah.
And if we had access to those things, then we could easily add more people to our programs and have more apprentices, have them out there in the field training and being developed.
Yeah.
On average, in about 6 months, it's probably somewhere between $30,000 and $50,000. 6 months is a really good starting point to be able to then start building upon those basic skills and that understanding of what's going on day to day in the field. So that's a great starting point.
It's a hefty price tag to bring somebody new in with no experience and then have to sit on it for 6 months.
Not only are we bringing them in, but we're paying them, covering all their benefits. We're paying for the technology to help with the curriculum. We're also paying for an instructor. And so there's a lot of overhead expenses that go into there's a lot of overhead expenses that go into having a solid program that is actually going to produce results. The reality is when you come out of the community college, a lot of times I think you still need additional training. You still really need that real life, that real world experience. It's great to have that education. It's great to have that understanding and that background. But really your real training is going to really start when you're riding in that truck, and you're going from house to house, or you're in the field and working. Or you're doing that with us, other accredited programs inside organizations, getting that firsthand experience. That's really speeding up that learning curve.
So, with all of that information, we're talking to our legislators. How are you asking the legislator to help you in all of that?
Really want the WIOA reauthorization bill to go through. That would really help get those funds to us as an organization, as contractors, so we can then take care of people, join the trades, and make them strong.
Perfect. Anything that you would tell somebody who it's their first time coming and they're a little nervous
Coming to DC,
to the legislative?
it's been great. It's my first time coming. I'm definitely coming back. It's been really organization, the PHCC, and everyone has helped really to understand how the process works. You know, walk into these offices and talk to the legislators, and really tell our story as contractors and as independent people that are out there working every day.
I'm Adria Jones. I am the Director of Education Services for PHCC of North Carolina, and I've been with the association for going on 5 years now. So I oversee our registered apprenticeship program, our continuing education, our events. I travel the state to go to career fairs to talk to the middle school and high schoolers about our program and association, and it's about the trades. I love it because I get to connect. I get to be the bridge of those who are thinking about joining the trades and helping them as an easy step in. I am at the Capitol Hill in DC for Legislative Week. This will be my second time coming, and the first time I've ever came, it was very eye-opening. So this one I'm a little more acclimated, but still very much learning so much from all the executives, all the contractors that come around for this day.
Yeah.
Connect with all the people around for PHCC and who have been coming for like 20 plus years. Just follow them, follow their lead. They'll help guide you around. The staff here is really nice as well within each of the buildings, and they're more than happy to help you get through.
That's awesome. So, what's the most important issue you're talking about today?
Of course, workforce development and the support that we need for our members and those who have a program with funding that comes from the state. So we're definitely advocating for more help in that area. Our members sponsor the apprentices, so this is coming out of their operations budget. So yeah, so some help they would love that.
Awesome. Awesome. So if you walk into a legislator's office, what is one kind of anecdote that you would share? Like a story or something that helps them connect with why this is important?
I think just the process of our apprentice, like how they start off as apprentices, they go take license prep course, to become a licensed technician, but then also how it grows into taking advantage of our Rising Leaders program, or to joining the association, being on the board, how it just continues to inspire the next generation, the upcoming people who are interested in getting into the trades.
Yeah. What would you say to somebody who's never come to this before that's thinking about it?
It's so much fun. Like I said, it's very eye-opening, and I think once you leave, you'll be so excited to come the following year and to bring more people with you, because it's truly a part of our mission for the advocacy, and then to be like hands-on and right up front with them is truly empowering.
So, I mean, there's a million issues. How does the association know what to talk to legislators about? Because we're not plumbers.
We're not, but we also have a legislative committee, and our members. That's what we're for. Like, we want to hear the issues that you're going through, so we can help find those solutions. So if there's anything you're going through within your business, or you hear like a new law or code is going through, that's what we're here for, to come together and help fight for those.